Namaste, hearty welcome to yet another interesting class. Such a joy to see you all. Well, today, I wanted to talk about, the corporate champions. The two movies, that I recently saw, which I encouraged, my team also to watch were Maidaan and then Chandu Champion. As I told you, I'm a very compulsive and impulsive movie watcher. And I encourage you also, to watch some good movies which can make you, a better person. Okay. Yeah. Maybe because of some religious beliefs or, certain doctrines, spiritual doctrines that people follow, they don't watch certain movies. But I encourage you, to watch some good movies which can make you a better human, learn from the legends who made the mistakes, and not repeat such mistakes in your life. Yeah, so that's what is wisdom, and God has given us different opportunities to learn it from. Okay, so to quickly talk about this particular piece. Okay, so first I give thanks to God for one of my favorite business mentors, Patrick Bet David, the founder and CEO of Valuetainment. So he has been very instrumental in helping me build my team, or certain business principles, that I follow, not tactics, principles. Tactics are for people who don't want to work hard. But principles are for people who do work hard smartly. So that I have learned it from Patrick Bet David, and I pay him my gratitude, love, and respect. So well, this is a piece that I have also learned from one of his sessions, and I thought it should be presented to my students, because most of you are leaders, you are managers, and wannabe leaders. Okay, wannabe entrepreneurs also. See, just like before a woman becomes mother, she gets pregnant. She carries the baby in her womb, and then once the baby is born, then she becomes a mother, isn't it? But that's for the outside world. That's for the outside world. But for her, she is a mother from the time she is carrying baby. Yes or no? For that lady, she is a mother from the time she is carrying the baby. So for you also, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be an owner, when you are carrying that idea, that desire, that vision, you should also behave like that. A pregnant mother will not do jumping jacks and all. You getting it? So you have to carry yourself properly. So when you want to be a leader, when you want to be an owner, that mindset, your attitude, your behavior, character, everything matters. The ABC, the attitude, behavior, character. So what's your attitude, what's your behavior, and what's your character? You're getting it? Okay, now here the author has come up with some 6 parameters on which you have to pick your team member. We have been doing partnership, we did S corporation, today we will be doing C corporation, RTP. But what builds a corporation? Technically we are seeing so many things, the tax principles and all. But what builds a corporation? It's the people who make company. Remember that always. Company doesn't make people. People make corporations. People make companies. Now, when I say people, yeah, it's your team, it's your manager, and it's your leader also. Not just the owner alone. So, how you carry yourself, the ABC, your attitude, behavior, character, is what makes or breaks the company and its people. Now, here, I wanted to say, how to pick your Chandu champion from your Maidaan. Who is going to be your rock star at your workplace? Maidaan, your company. That's what I meant. Chandu champion is that rock star. So, how do you pick that rock star? How do you identify that somebody is a champion? So, I'm sure this table helps us. Okay. And in our Maidan, we will have superiors, we will have colleagues, we will have subordinates who directly report to us. Okay, so now what are those? How do we evaluate? How do we review those people? Okay, so let's take a look. Now the first thing, as I said, character. This also helps in our personal life. Selecting our life partner also. Seriously, don't make a foolish decision when you're selecting your life partner. Most of the faiths, God says He hates divorce. Okay, so don't get into that. Late, better late, than marry wrong. Getting it? That's okay. Wait, that's okay. you know, Prabhas, Salman Khan, they're still not married. Our earlier prime ministers, they're not married. I mean, no, I'm not asking you to, follow some penance or something like that, brahmacharya or something like that. All that I'm trying to tell you is marry the right person, than regret for life. Yeah. Now, see here. Even, when you're appointing somebody as a leader, make sure that you select the right person than regret for lifetime. They may cause intense damage to the company, your vision, to your people. So it's very important that you pick the right people. Now, what are those traits that you must look into those persons? Okay, so these are the things. The first one is character. And you can start ranking, each person in your team, according to this. They lie, they cheat, they steal in almost everything. That's a no person. That's a no person. You don't need that person. Next level is they're selfish but honest. Yeah, mostly it applies to sales team. They may be selfish because they have to meet their targets. Yeah, but they are honest in their work. That's okay. That's fine. But you got to be safe. Especially when you have to interest them with some cash or some leadership role. You know, so you have to be careful. Okay, so when they're selfish, it's good if salespeople are selfish. Let me tell you that. It's good if salespeople are selfish. As a leader, it's good for you. But as a team, you have to ensure that we have that friendly work environment also, right? Then the last one, the most premium one, people who are fair, who are reasonable, who are honest, and a team player. So don't miss out on those people. Don't miss out on those people. Even if you're unable to pay them, at some point in time, I mean, it's good, that you let them go. That if you've given them the wings to fly and they fly, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But if you have also given them, a platform which takes care of their financial needs, their educational needs, how they grow. Yeah, people are not there, just for money. I've seen a lot of wonderful people, who don't work only for money. They want to grow with the leader. They want to grow with the company. They want to learn new things, impart their learnings, their experiences to the new team, and become those entrepreneurs in the company. So a huge respect, and love, goes to all those people who are doing that, at their workplace. We may not be, connected in person, but I have huge respect for you. My love, respect, and blessings for you for being such wonderful entrepreneur. Keep up the great work. Yeah. And sometimes, if your boss tells you also something, learn from that. Yeah. If he's drunk and speaks to you something, I just leave that to you. Every person, every boss has something negative in them. Something negative in them which you may not like, which you may not speak it out. But it depends on you if you want to put up with that, just like in a marriage. No spouse, is like 100%, yeah, I'm fully satisfied types. They will have, but still they live their life happily, and that's what makes, a beautiful marriage and a wonderful family. Yeah. So it depends on you. So the first thing is character. The next thing is trust. Trust. See, one of the strange things, that I find about trust is we can love people, but we cannot trust them. Really, we may love some people, but we may not trust. Now, trust in sense of not in sense of capabilities. Again, that goes to the character. So here the author talks about three types of categories: stranger, Is like, something happens at the workplace. Let's say he's a process person, he's a preparer or reviewer, and suddenly, let's say, the systems went off for no reason, and he's just sitting at his desk. Okay, the system, once the systems are on, I'll start working now. That's not my job. A stranger, that's all, is very indifferent to people's suffering. Something goes off, the power went off, let's say, the amenities are not working, the logistics are not working, the water, or something is not working. He feels it's not my job. Now, as owner, you must know that he is never going to be a leader. He is never going to be a leader. The second one is acquaintance or friend. He doesn't know the work, but when the electrician comes, or the admin person comes, he's there with them. He's just there with them. Is there anything I can do? And the last one is a running mate. Running mate. It means he finds who is the person who can give this solution now. Like you have this urban clap, there are some portals, where you can find, some service providers and all. He makes a call to them, he finds out that this is the quotation. He tells his boss who is traveling somewhere, so suddenly something like this has happened, this costing this much. I got three quotations for you. This one, A provides this is the cost. B takes little time, but this is the cost. C, he's saying, he'll come after 4 days, but the cost is very low. And again, it's about the boss, to tell him, okay, fine, now it's the need of the hour. Let's take the best one, the fastest one. He is that guy. Don't miss him. Running mate. He is with you. Whether you are in the company or not in the company, he's taking care of the thing. Running mate. See, the second and the third are always the best. I mean, third is always the best. Second are good. Okay? So if you are somewhere in second, try to move to three. No, sir, how much ever we do, there's no recognition in my company. I feel very sad for you. Yeah, if your boss instructs you, that's none of your job. Don't poke your nose into that. But if you're working, in a small and mid-sized firm, wherein you have the leadership responsibility, you have the ownership, I think you have to shift your gears and move to the third level. Yeah. Then next comes the work ethic. So I was just talking to my team member. He was curious to ask me, what's this 459 club, sir? So I said, these are people who just do 9 to 5. 9 to 5. So if 5 o'clock is the logout, 4:59 they will put their bag, they walk 1 minute to punch the card and leave. That's khatam. They are like ready. Sir, is that wrong? I didn't say that, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He may come late, stay late. He may sometimes come early, stay late. He wants things to be in order. She wants things to be in order. Now, the next one is sprints of hard work. Sprints of hard work means like they'll work very hard. Let's say, tax season, guys. Okay. So they work very hard, for those 3 months, 4 months, they'll work very hard. And 8 months, they'll full of leave, full of absenteeism, late coming, not learning anything, lack of focus in the work, and things like that. So only season time. They say like Kumbhakarna, right? 6 months he will fight, 6 months he will sleep, something like that, right? So these people are like that. Now, again, it depends upon you. But they are also not your leaders. Here, the work ethics, obsessive, they want. So we have something called as project talks at iLead, wherein we serve our HNIs and highly compensated employees. So we follow two major principles: OX. It means ownership and then excellence. Whatever you're doing in the company, take ownership and strive for excellence. Excellence is never perfection. Agree? Excellence does not stop at perfection. Are God, He Himself is not satisfied. You see a beautiful child, or you feel like, oh, so cute. Again, you see, some other beautiful child. Now, adults don't get dirty. Yes or no? Right? The Creator, He Himself, has not stopped. Have you seen a bird with 1,000 colors? I mean, I just wonder, how the creator would have created such kind of beings. I mean, a bird with thousand colors. Oh, I just wonder. Butterflies. I mean, look at those colors. When we went to some museums, we were like amazed. Sanctuaries, we were amazed. Oh, how great is the art of the creator. Now, we are not gods, but we have God given ability. In whatever He has given us, you got to be obsessive and take ownership to deliver excellence and drive your people non-stop, season or non-season. I mean, during the work timings, I'm saying, not your family time, your personal time. No, I'm saying your work time, for the time that you're available in the office, or when you're accomplishing something, when you're focused on something, be obsessive about it and drive your people, and don't stop yourself also. Then the next one is vision or brought in. I mean, people, how they respond to your thoughts. Uh, like, when I wanted to start, EA, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be a teacher. My first student is my brother. And then, little bit, what I used to share my family, and my team members, that's all. But I'm so grateful to God that He gave me, people like you who are listening to me so patiently and very curiously as to what we are going to, talk next and hear. So I'm very, very grateful to God for you. Now, the vision, you have some vision, okay? As a owner or a leader, you share some vision. Now, this can come from you or this can come from outside. Okay, so somebody says that, sir, we have to do digital marketing. Sir, we have to do print media. I mean, we have to advertise. Okay, and somebody says it's not going to work. You know, Small thinkers, haters, anything you say, it's not going to work because they never did it, nor they have the courage or willingness to do it. These fellows are never going to be leaders. Leadership requires courage to fail also. Seriously, people who go for this mountaineering, people who climb Himalayas and all, do you know how many people met with accidents? How many people could not make it? You might have seen only very few people, who go to the top, with some janda, the Indian flag, and then, they take pictures and all. Very, very few. Do you know how many fall back? Now, implementing your vision is not, climbing a Mount Everest. But there are people, your idea can be a big Mount Everest, for your company, big blessing for your company. But there will be people who will be small thinkers and haters. So they are not going to be your Chandu champion unless you work on them. Then the next one, average thinkers, doubtful, but they will do it. Just for the heck of doing it. Because you are boss, they will listen to you because they are working there. They will obey you, they'll do it. They'll not criticize you, but they're not confident that it will work. It's still okay. As a second level, people are also okay. Now the third one are like big thinkers. Wow, yes sir, yes ma'am, it's going to work wonderful. Yeah, I believe in that. I believe in that. Yeah, let's make it happen. And they will discuss, what are the challenges, what are the critics talk, and find all the bottlenecks, to implement that idea. And they'll be ready to provide you solutions. They are like go-to people and never miss those big thinkers, right? So that's about the vision. And next comes, competency or skill set. Very important. See, after these four things, you see, character, trust, work ethics, and then vision, how they respond to your idea. Then comes competency. Then comes competency. Because competency or skills can always be improved. You don't know something, you don't know to prepare a C Corp return. Probably after this class, you will know at least to prepare a basic C Corp return. You get something intermediate level, yeah, maybe you can do that. But complex return, maybe you will learn it from your manager at your workplace. Simple. But you must have the willingness to approach your manager, to approach your leader. Bhai, ye nahi aata hai. Is there any tool? Is there any source where I can learn this from? That willingness. You ditch that person, after learning something, and you work very stiff-necked with that person. He is not going to teach you something new next time. Obedience is the key of glory. You're not obedient to your leaders, to your masters, you behave all stiff-necked and all. Do you think they'll put you in a place of excellence? Because you will start treating people like that. From the person whom you learnt you are behaving like that, how are you going to treat your subordinates? Can you imagine that? नहीं होता है ऐसे. Okay, so if he's amateur, he doesn't know anything, he's not going to be a leader. Because as a leader, you must know the game. We all have seen the movie Bahubali. Though he had, so many soldiers and all, he also used to fight. He knew everything. One of my favorite movies of all time, Bahubali 1 and 2, right? We have seen so many things, right? The next one is experienced. He knows, because he has been doing the same thing, repeatedly, monotonously. He knows it, everything, like back of his hand. Karna hai, karna hai. Have you seen some people, they are like analysts throughout their life. They are like reviewers throughout their life. They don't do anything other than that. How? In our Hyderabadi language, they say, how? Mere ko yahi aata. Yes, I know only this. They don't want to take any leadership role. They don't want to explore any, or responsibility taking roles. They are okay with it. This is my salary. Okay, annual like 8%, 10%. Bas, bas. This is near to my home. Okay, kids, wife, timings and all, everything matches. She goes day shift, I work night shift. Okay, all good. Fine. They are not your go-to people. For leadership role. They are not your Chandu champions. Yeah, but they are very good people whom you must retain. They are like, Rahul Dravid, the wall they say, right? So you can depend on them. They are dependables, but not, for the leadership role. The last one is expert. Expert. You ask them anything, they know you, they know it, and they will explain you, like peeling a banana and then feeding it to you. So those people, subject matter experts. That's why I say, learn the subjects, whatever you are studying, whatever course you have taken up. Doctor also, even if there's somebody who's studying medicine or engineering, tell them to learn the subject with an intent to serve the society. That will help them so much. That's what is practice. Then the next one, last one, Rolodex contacts. Network, right? Connections. In sales, in marketing, in business development, that's the key. Your owner, you want to build a business, what kind of connections do they have? Do they have limited connections? They have only local connections? They're not your go-to person. Now you're looking at starting a US tax practice, and you want to hire, some team member, and he has no connections of clients or people. Is not going to be of help to you. Yeah, there are people who have broad connections, nationally. At least in India, he knows, some people, who run some recruitment firms or, CPF firms here. He gets to talk to them, get some work outsourced to you, something like that. Yeah, that works. Good, again, good people. And the last one is global or specialized. They have so many contacts. They call some HR director and say that, okay, fine, yeah, this is what, this company is providing. And they say that, okay, fine, we are ready to explore their services. Again, he is the go-to person. Again, there might be many things. They might be many things, but these things are very, very important. Very, very important. Slowly sit down and try to assess your team member, how this works. But the most important of all is your character, which is again linked to trust, regardless of whether you are a superior, whether you are a colleague, a peer, or you are a subordinate who is being reported directly. I hope, these 6 things will help you to pick up, your champion, your Chandu champion from your corporate Maidaan. Yeah. Build a great company that we all are proud of, so that, when I see you on LinkedIn, sharing your success or messaging me, if you still remember me, oh, my chest will go, a further few inches, in pride and in joy that, you're doing such an awesome job as an intrapreneur or as an entrepreneur. Yeah. Be a wonderful leader that we all are proud of. God bless you. Let's get into the class.